this video, we're fermenting chili peppers using salt, water, and the naturally occurring lactobacillus bacteria found already within the vegetables. For an in-depth dive into fermenting of any kind of vegetable, and fermenting just about anything for that matter, I highly recommend the amazing classic book, The Art of Fermentation by Sandor Katz. What you'll need is a quart mason jar, approximately 1 pound of veggies, sea salt, purified water, a weight, and an airlock. That's it. First things first, get your veggies clean. They don't have to be pristine. What we're looking for is to make sure that there is no dirt or debris left on them. No need for soap, just rub them under some cold water and visually inspect them. You have the option of either coarsely chopping your veggies, shredding, or just giving them a quick slice. What we're looking to do here is to increase the surface area of the veggies so that the lactobacillus bacteria can have better access to perform a faster and more thorough fermentation. It should be noted that you should always wear gloves when handling hot peppers as a precaution. It is very important that you keep the veggies packed as tightly as possible. The less space between veggies, the less oxygen you leave in the jar. And oxygen is the enemy when it comes to fermenting vegetables. Here we have a little trick to help kickstart the fermentation process by adding some previously fermented garlic cloves. While by no means necessary, it is helpful to have on hand and add these, as the fermented garlic will add a supercharged presence of lactobacillus bacteria to get the party started quickly. And here we are using a sauerkraut stomper to ensure that we are packing it in as tightly as possible. Use high quality water and salt. We recommend reverse osmosis or distilled water and Redmond real salt for its superior taste. A good default ratio of salt to water is 3 tablespoons to 1 quart or liter of water. This produces a strong enough brine to keep out undesirable microbes like mold without making the end result too salty. Then, simply pour the brine over your veggies just until covered. Make sure you leave some headspace in your jar, as the liquid will rise a little during fermentation. It's important that you keep the veggies submerged at all times to prevent them from being exposed to oxygen and avoid mold from growing. The easiest way to do this is with a glass weight like this one that we use, called the Easy Weight. Then, you want to cover the top with some type of airlock which allows the carbon dioxide gas created during fermentation to escape, but not to allow oxygen in. We use 2 products, but we definitely prefer the Easy Fermenter, as it does a better job of keeping oxygen out and makes it so that we don't have to worry about the guesswork in terms of when the fermentation is done and when we need to seal it and refrigerate. It does a wonderful job at preventing mold growth as compared to the other product we use. It fits on any wide mouth mason jar, and you can set the dial to the day of the month in which you started fermenting. Don't forget to label with what veggies you put in the jar along with the date. You especially want to do this if you are fermenting more than 1 jar of different vegetables, so you can keep track of what is what. Lastly, if you want the fermentation to produce crisper and firmer veggies, the ideal fermentation will be slow but steady in 55 to 60 degree Fahrenheit for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Alternatively, you can speed things up in 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but you will want to transfer them to the fridge once fermentation is done. If you find this video useful and want to contribute, please consider the links to the products we approve of and personally use found in the show notes. We are affiliates and receive a very small percentage of all purchases, but at no extra cost to you. Thank you, and happy fermenting.